Okay, so we're going to start with this problem and applying Polya's four-step problem-solving process and doing this relatively simple trigonometry problem. Okay, so first things first, let's identify what in the world is given in this problem. And as you can see, I can highlight a little bit here, that it has the circumference is 15 degrees, 15 meters rather, not degrees, and the angle, there we go, is 55.0 degrees, and that's pretty much it. And we're already given, and this is what I call a show me that problem, because we're already given what the goal is, 3.41 meters. So we can go ahead and write that down. Circumference, it's not degrees, but the angle elevation is. Okay, put dashes on my zeros. And our goal was already given for us as well. So let's write that down as well. Okay, so our next step is trying to figure out what is our strategy. Now in this case, the diagram is already given to us right here, so we don't have to draw anything, fortunately. And one of the clues to the formulas is already given in the first part, and that is we'll need the formulas. Circumference. Take note, circumference is not the area of a circle, pi r squared, so it's 2 pi, which take note that's a constant, times the radius. Okay? And another thing that we'll need here, if you notice that we have kind of like a right triangle thing going on there, so for its, and then since I already mentioned trigonometry, we're going to use SOHCAHTOA, and as a matter of fact, we're just going to use the TOA part in this case. So we're going to use tangent, following that acronym, is opposite over adjacent. Okay, but take note, our opposite right here is actually already our height, and our adjacent to the angle, 55 degrees, is actually our radius r. Okay, so that's where our formula for the circumference comes in. So we're already ready to solve it. This one's not too bad. Solution. So I'm going to use the formula for the circumference to solve for r by dividing both sides by 2 pi. Cancel that out, and I get the radius is equal to the circumference divided by that, and I can just plug in the numbers. Don't forget the units. Once again, 2 pi is just a constant, so we end up, having calculated this earlier, that the radius is 2.39 meters. Then the next part is our tangent, which we already determined to be h over r from our previous, from up there. And so to solve for the height, which is our goal, we need to multiply both sides by r. And take note, r is not inside the tangent. Tangent is its own function itself. So when you plug in the numbers, it should look like this. The 2.39, which we solved earlier, and the tangent of 55. Now I'll give you one guess what the answer is, and sure enough, if you apply that in a calculator, you'll get approximately 3.41 meters. So when you're done, box your answer. But let's take a step, a couple seconds to see if does that make sense. Let's go back to our drawing. So our radius, we use red, is 2.39 meters. Okay? Now our angle is greater than 45, so we expect something, the height, to be greater than the radius. And sure enough, it is. 3.41 is greater than 2.39. So there we go. Read it and weave. And that is the end of our recording session.